Yo, 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 what's up? This your boy Bobby V, and you already know you locked into the Biz with D. Bobby V, the Biz with D. It's only right. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to the Biz with D on My Fierce Wings Radio. If you guys don't know who I am, it's David Dwayne, Mr. D Rockstar on Twitter. And right now we have Mr. Bobby V, a.k.a. Bobby Valentino, who can be followed at Bobby V on Twitter. And if you guys don't know who he is, best known for his songs like Tell Me, Anonymous, Turn the Page,
Slow down.
Slow Down. I mean, phenomenal, like timeless record.
Yeah. Yep.
So many. I forgot. Beep. I can't forget Beep.
Yep.
Definitely one of my favorites. How you doing, Bobby?
Man, I'm all good, man. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Thank you for taking the time out to speak with us. So, you're best known for those countless of singles that I mentioned, but Slow Down was your first single, being with Disturbing the Peace. So I really wanted to first talk about your experience with Disturbing the Peace and how that all came about for you.
I was signed to Disturbing the Peace as soon as I graduated from college. I went to Clark Atlanta University. I've been doing music all my life. I started off, I was in the group Mister. We had the song Blackberry Molasses. I was 12 years old in that group. And,
wow.
That's why I really got my musical start. And ever since I was 12, going on tours and having, a hit record at the age of 12, I knew then that music was what I wanted to do, but it's easier said than done. And, I grinded 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all throughout my teenage life trying to get back on, that opportunity came about finally, when I struck my deal with Disturbing the Peace. But, even having a record deal doesn't guarantee you success. I had to move, I moved to L.A., and, really we got Slow Down popping on our own outside of the label. Me and my management and Tim and Bob, who produced Slow Down, we got the song popping on the West Coast in Cali first. And then once it got popping out there and got a buzz, that's when Def Jam and Disturbing the Peace, got behind it and, put the push behind it, and it was out of here from there.
That's what's up. And I noticed with your first album that you had publishing opportunities on that, and and nowadays, just in music in general, for a first album, that is rare and unheard of. How does that make you feel to be one of those artists that have had the opportunity, first album, able to write on there?
Well, being in the group Mister was a blessing, because, they always say in the music industry, you're going to get messed over one time, and I was luckily enough to get messed over very, very, very early in my career, at age 12, 13. So that was my learning experience, right then. And it to me, it's better to get a learning experience that young versus than getting it, when you're an adult and, you might have kids, bills, and responsibilities, Mm-hmm. So, I was able to, to get my lesson in the game early. So that's what has helped me to become a better businessman and to, and to be about my business. I tell people all the time, it's not the music business, it's the business of music. So, I've been able to, have a heads up on the business and be, a business-minded person. That's one reason why I've been able to be, to be around for so long.
Definitely. And from your experience from working with Disturbing the Peace, what did you definitely learn?
Being with DCP was real cool. It really showed me, now that I'm a boss, and have my own label, I learned, what things to do and what things not to do, with your artists and, with running the label and stuff like that. I learned a lot from Ludacris and Shaka Zulu and Disturbing the Peace. It was more of a family thing rather than just a record label. You know what I'm saying? We was a family, and it was a good situation. But, it got to the point where I wanted to, be in control of my own destiny. So, I really learned, how to, more of how to be a businessman, how to run my own situation.
You mentioned Blue Collar Records, your label that you have started, independent label. You kind of tell the listeners about the label who may not be familiar with it.
Oh yeah, Blue Collar Dreams. That record label was launched for my third album, The Rebirth. Was the album that was the album that Beat was on, and Miss Officer, that was on Lil Wayne's album, but both of those records were going at the same time. So after my second album, Special Occasion, that's when I decided to leave Disturbing the Peace, and I started my own Blue Collar Dreams brand, and I did a deal with EMI Capitol Records, and I was very, very successful. I got a lot of negative, feedback for leaving DTP. A lot of people was like, man, you about to fall off, you stupid, why'd you do this and that? Right. And The Rebirth was one of my most successful albums, especially independently on my own label. Like I really accomplished a lot. It debuted #1 on the Billboard charts, and I sold a lot of records and had a lot of hits off that album. So, but with a label, it's a lot more work because, I have to be hands-on in every, aspect of my career outside of being an artist, but marketing, radio, right. PR, everything. I got to be hands-on. So, it's rewarding, but at the same time, it's kind of overwhelming.
I know I have my own company with all the marketing and the PR and all that stuff, so I definitely understand where it can be a bit much at times, and it can be good, a benefit to yourself. It's like, well, I have my own camp. It will be focused on me, my people, and I don't have to worry about anybody outsourced so much.
Yeah, definitely, man. So it's a blessing.
You mentioned The Rebirth, which was another phenomenal album, and I had also mentioned the single Beep earlier, and you worked with Young Jock on that record. How was the chemistry just working with him?
Man, that was an easy one, because Jock is the homie, he's from Atlanta. I've been knowing him, for years. So, I wanted to get a feature on the record, and, I just, that was easy. I just hit up Jock, like, man, come by the studio. I got something for you here. And as soon as he heard it, he was like, oh, yeah, this is a smash right here. And he went in the booth and he knocked it out. So, that was easy. But it's good always to work with, with people that's, that you're real cool with and that loves music. Jock is a lover of music, and everybody that I try to work with, I try to work with people that really are passionate about music as I am.
Definitely. Passion and working with people. What artists would you like to work with that you haven't worked with already?
Really, I work with pretty much everybody I want to work with. From Timbaland to Raphael Sadiq to Tim and Bob to Lil Wayne to Nicki Minaj to Ludacris. If it's one person, I'll probably say Kanye West. I think he's very, very creative, and I think that working with him will be something crazy. But each album I make a wish list of people that I would like to work with, and I work with them all. Babyface, R. Kelly, all of the people that I grew up on. So I've been blessed to to work with a lot of people. So to answer your question, I'll say Kanye.
Okay, I definitely think Kanye and you and Kanye doing a track together would just be phenomenal. Just the fact that you mentioned it, I got tongue-tied of what I was about to say, because I think on the production note, he would just take it to something like crazy.
He definitely thinks outside the box, and that's what I'm on, trying to do something different.
So you have an album out, it's called Dusk to Dawn. It's the 5th album. I put it out in October. Phenomenal project, might I say.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Anytime, we are constantly listening to it amongst ourselves on the show. And our personal favorite is Put It In with K. Michelle.
Oh yeah, great record, man. And K. Michelle, we shot the video. Y'all can see that online. And K. Michelle, good people, and she did her thing. And that was actually my first duet. I always wanted to do a duet. But that was my first duet that I did with a female, and and it came out really hot. And I'm looking forward to working with her and other females in the future.
Definitely. And she's a friend of the show, and she definitely is a cool girl. It seems like she's fun to work with. How was the interaction with you two in the studio?
Man, she just she crazy, man. Just real cool. Just when I say crazy, not in a bad way. This is crazy as in like family. You know what I'm saying? Just crazy, sexy, cool, like TLC. She just down to earth, and I know she on the show, so a lot of people think she controversial. Man, she just good people. Just that's 2 words that can sum it up. K. Michelle, just good people.
Definitely. And you mentioned the fact of her being people think that she's a controversial kind of person, and she's really not. She's just honest, and with editing, they make it look some kind of way. And Kay's a cool girl, like I said. She's been on the show, so phenomenal. And then, but your single, the main single off the album was Mirror with Lil Wayne. And I know you enjoy working with Wayne because you guys, Mrs. Officer.
Yep. Tell me,
yup. Like,
yep.
This record in particular, like, what was the concept behind it?
Being around for so long, I just wanted to kind of talk about something different. You can only say, I love you, and I want to, be with you in so many different ways. So just trying to talk about something different. It actually came up as a conversation in the studio. We was talking about our fetishes one time, and I brought up, man, having sex in the mirror, that's a fetish of mine, and then it was like, dang, I'm gonna write a song about it. So I just got in the booth and just started playing around, and it actually turned into something. So, that was a good record that, that I enjoyed making, and I love to perform it.
So now, speaking of performing, because we love concerts, everybody loves a concert. As artists, we love going on tour. So now, for Bobby V going on tour, what's the preparation look like?
Man, it's a lot of preparation right now. I'm in like the point. I'm like revamping my whole style right now. So you're gonna see a lot of different things from Bobby V coming up. Soon. I play piano now. A lot of people don't know that, but I've been taking piano lessons the last couple of years, and like I play piano, I play live during my shows. I travel with my band everywhere now. I used to do track shows all the time, but I'm no longer doing, you're no longer going to see Bobby V doing the track show. It's going to be with my band. It's going to be with me playing piano. I'm just a lover of music at the end of the day. So, my shows, they like jam sessions. You know what I'm saying? I just get up there and just rock out with my band, and it's fun.
Nice. It sounds like a fun production with you. I have to see it in person.
Yeah, man, definitely. Check out one of them live Bobby V shows. You're going to have to trust me.
Now, are you planning on, like, coming to Philly or New York anytime soon to do a show?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always, on the East Coast in that area. My last show I did there was in B.B. King.
Okay.
That was around the time my album came out. But, I'm working on a new project now, so once I really get out there and start promoting and pushing it, I'm sure I'm going to do something in New York and Philly.
Okay. So now the new project, would this be your mixtape or would this be your album?
It's actually an EP that I'm working on. It's going to be it's going to be a digital EP. And when I told you about me revamping my style and doing some different things, you're gonna get that on this EP. It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be very musical, live band, very live sounding, stuff. No, nothing that you kind of used to hearing from me.
Wow. So definitely more the real instruments, not so everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, I'm a sucker for like a live performance kind of feel. So I just love the fact the choice of direction that you're going in because not many artists are doing it now. Other artists are doing
it's gonna be something special, man.
Now, have you thought of like a name for it, or when it's coming out?
Not yet. I'm actually working on on the name now, and it's gonna be coming out real soon.
But that's what's up, Bobby. I'm looking forward to that EP, and that's going to be are you going to just be putting it out through your label, or are you going to be putting it out through E1 as well?
No, I'm just putting it out through my label, and it's gonna be digital, so you'll be able to get it on iTunes and stuff like that.
Dope. So I mean, that's going to be kind of like a step up, just shooting it out there like that.
Yeah, definitely. Because we had talked about doing a mixtape, but I'm not a mixtape artist. I know that's the thing to do. I understand that's the trend, and everybody doing mixtapes right now. But I mean, that's just really not my thing. I like actually putting projects together. So I'm approaching this EP like a real album. Like a real project, and it's just more my style and what I like to do.
Definitely. So, like in the meantime, from Dusk to Dawn, can we expect more singles and videos?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot videos for for all the songs on my EP. So it's gonna be videos, for all of those songs, and then I'm gonna eventually turn that EP into an LP, into a full album. That people can get, through my label in conjunction with a major label. I'm just right now I'm just kind of focused on putting it together and just making it quality over quantity.
That's what's up. So now I got a couple fan questions mixed with a couple of our common asked questions. So you'll know this is one of our common asked questions because I won't say a person's name, but if I say a person's name, it's a fan question. So this first question comes from Ebony, my sister, and she says, "Hey Bobby," but she her question most importantly is what kind of women do you like? Like, what kind of women sparks your interest?
I like a woman that has something going on for herself. I mean, I done seen the prettiest women in the world, and it ain't all about looks. I definitely want somebody that takes care of themselves and looks good. But most importantly, I want somebody to have something going on for themselves. I'm a college graduate. I'm a successful single man, no kids. So I want somebody that's gonna be able to bring something to the table as well. That's educated and and somebody I can sit down and have a conversation with. Instead of talking about just regular gossip and stuff like that. Reality shows. I mean, it's okay to talk about that stuff, but I want somebody that's gonna know what's going on in the world as well. And like I say, somebody that's educated. You don't have to have a PhD, but you got to be able to be intelligent.
Definitely. And this question is from Jim, and he wants to know: do you still plan on doing your reality television show? What's your family?
Yeah, that's one thing we're working on. It's entitled Farm School, and I got a couple other people hollering at me about doing some reality shows as well. It's just as far as the network picking it up. A lot of people are interested in Farm School, and I'm really excited about that because I have a very my family they crazy, man, and it's not going to be like a negative show. It's going to be more positive, almost like the black. Like I look at it like we the new Black Cosbys, we the new Cosbys of 2013, and my family is my backbone, and a lot of people don't know me as a person. They just know me as an artist, and I mean, I'm real cool, and and I do ordinary things just like everybody else. I love to play sports. I love to kick it with my family. I go to church on Sundays. I do the same thing that a lot of people do every day, but a lot of people don't know that about me. So I think, the Farm School, reality show will show a different side of me and, help people to really understand who I am as a person outside of being an artist.
Is the show being, have you been approached by major networks to pick up the show, or has it been like small networks at the moment? Would you say?
Actually both. Both small networks and major networks. It's just just like anything, in music and film, it's a long process. It's a lot of negotiating. There's a lot that comes with it. It's not easy. It's not as simple as somebody be like, okay, I like that. Let me put it on air. So, the good part about it is we have people interested. That's the good part. And, we just kind of have to play the waiting game and see how everything turns out.
So now, our common question for you is, you probably get this a lot, though. What is the craziest thing that a female fan has either said or done to you?
It's definitely, kind of stories of women on the road. I can remember this, this one time, a girl, like, we stayed in this, like, high security, hotel where you needed to, have a key to get on every floor and, and stuff like that. So it was like a real good hotel, 5-star, high security. But this girl finagled her way to my room, and she was in there waiting on me. She actually disguised herself as the maid. She stole the maid cart and everything. And she was in my room acting like she was the maid cleaning up. And I had to go get my security and get up out of there because she was a little crazy. So it was
I think I've heard the craziest. I asked that question to everybody, but no, I think that is the craziest.
Yeah, this girl here really, like, had the maid outfit, took the cart, everything. Like, I'm surprised she didn't get locked up. I ain't really, once we got out the room, I really ain't, they was asking, should we call the police and all this? But, I was just like, it's all good, It wasn't no harm done to me, so it's cool.
Now, can we, like, possibly see you, like, doing some movies in the near future?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've done a couple independent films, one called Shoulda Put a Ring on It. I had a little cameo in Megan Good's movie, Video Girl, that plays on BET a lot. And, a couple other independent films, but, I'm from Atlanta, and Atlanta is kind of, becoming the new Black Hollywood. They shooting a lot of shows here and stuff like that. So by me being from here and knowing a lot of people here in Atlanta, I think it's going to be the right platform for me to get into some major films,
Definitely. And I'm glad that you mentioned that Atlanta, and you confirmed pretty much Atlanta definitely is the scene for film, because I'm definitely considering moving to Atlanta. And I want to get into that. And so I'm like, yeah, Atlanta's the move, David. Go ahead and do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. It's definitely the place to be, man.
What is your favorite song that you've written personally?
I can't answer that question because every song that's on my albums are my favorite. When I record a project, I record 50, 60 songs. It's not like I say, well, I'm putting 15 songs on the album. I record 15 songs and put those 15 songs out. Nah, I look at it like a football team tryout. Like I make so many songs, and the best 12 to 15 songs that stand the test of time, those are the ones that make it, and those are usually the ones that are closest to my heart or that I feel the most, or either people that's on my team really love. So it's never just one record. Of course the bigger records in my career have been more special to me because of the level of success that they reach, like a Slow Down, like a Miss Officer, like a Beat Beat, those were number one records, so those are a little bit more special to me, because they reach the highest that you can reach on the charts. But, it's a lot of songs that's just sitting on my album that I really, really love, like those true ballads, because I'm real R&B at the end of the day. So, it's records out there, that I really, really, love, deep down in my heart. Just get any of my albums and go like the number 13 to 14, them last songs on the album. Those are usually really special to me.
Definitely. And let's talk R&B and, talk some truth here, because you mentioned it. So I've got to ask you, what's your takes on, the state of R&B in today's society?
It's all bad right now, man. R&B is taking the back seat, and it's cool because, life is 360. R&B had its time during the 90s when you had Jodeci, you had Boyz II Men, you had H-Town, you had Shy, you had TLC, you had all these great groups, in the 90s. R&B ran the radio. You really didn't hear, much hip hop. It was just underground hip hop, and then you had commercial artists like, you know, like your LL Cool J's and your, you know, Notorious Big once he broke through, and Pop once he broke through. But, you know, a lot of the rap then was more or less labeled as gangster rap. So in the 90s, you know, radio was kind of afraid to play gangster rap because it was controversial, you know. So R&B, you know, it had the spotlight, and it's changed now. Now hip hop is more dominant, pop music is more dominant, and R&B is kind of taking the backseat, you know. But you know, so as far as popularity, it's not the most popular genre at the end of the day. But you know, I feel like, you know, artists like myself and, you know, other artists that stay true to R&B, you know, if we just keep doing what we do, because it's a lot of R&B fans out there. We haven't lost fans. It's just that the genre of R&B is just not as popular anymore, you know. But, I mean, you know, it's so many good people. Like, I love D'Angelo and Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and Dwele and, you know, Music Soul Child, and, you know, even the more commercial artists like your Trey Songz and like your Frank Ocean and, you know, The Weeknd, you know, like a lot of those people are making, you know, good R&B records. So it's just, I think what it is the R&B community needs to stay true to R&B instead of, like, we tired of it, trust me. Like, we mad, like, that it's not popular anymore, but the key is not to conform and, you know, and try, like, force trying to do hip-hop, rap, or trying to do pop or other stuff. Just stay true to what we're doing, and then things will, you know, the cycle will come back around where R&B is the number one, you know, form of music once again.
Definitely. And I personally feel that that's crazy that we have gone from, just music in general, has gone from, we've been staying true to what we do, being pop, rock, country, whatever, and then it's like we are all crossing all fields. And it's good that there are great artists like yourself, Jill Scott, Music, Anthony Hamilton, Kay. I mean, I can go with Illinois, SWV, TLC. Consistently throughout the year stayed in that genre. I mean, TLC had a pop phase, but it really wasn't pop. I mean, that's what people quote unquote said. But
pop is just popular music, and during the time TLC was out, you know, R&B was the popular format. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, So I mean, it's still R&B at the end of the day, but it's just not as popular. So, but if we just keep doing what we do, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that R&B will be back on top again.
Definitely. So I just had to quickly ask that. And then another common question that we like to ask our guests is, what is the one thing that you need to succeed as an artist? That can be your management, your family, prayer. Like, what is the one thing that Bobby V needs in order to succeed in the music industry?
Well, it's a combination of things. You know, I'm a man of God, so you got to have faith, you know, faith in God, faith in yourself, you know, because if you don't believe in yourself, ain't nobody else going to believe in you. You know, a lot of people I heard, you know, people say, man, Bobby V, he's conceited, he think he all that. You know, I just walk with confidence. I'm confident in my music, I'm confident in my craft, you know, so if people, you know, mistake that for, you know, being conceited or stuck up, then it is what it is. But you have to be confident, because if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else is going to believe in you. So you must be confident and have faith in yourself, faith in God, have a, you know, a good management team, you know, a good supporting cast. You know, you don't need a lot of yes men around you, because, you know, once you get famous, you'll get a lot of new friends, a lot of new family members that's going to just say yes, yes, yes. You need people around you that's going to say no, 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 and that's going to keep it real with you, you know. So, you know, my family, you know, I'm blessed to come from a good family, and they've always been, you know, great supporters, and then fans, you know. You know, I have great fans, and without my fans, I wouldn't be where I am. So, you know, I'm just blessed to, you know, have a great fan base and people that's like, you know, diehard, you know, love Bobby V. If you say something about Bobby V, boy, you might get, I don't know what's going to happen to you. It ain't going to be pretty, though. So it's good to have those. Yeah, it's good to have those fans that go hard for you. So, you know, it's a combination of all those things.
That's what's up. And you mentioned your fans, and I see that there's a lot of interaction between you and the fans. You tweet them back. You mention them Instagram. I got a Ustream tonight, 10 o'clock. So y'all around, Ustream, 10 o'clock. Yeah,
East Coast time. Yeah.
We definitely be tuned in and watching. So you see something that says My Fierce Wings and like that, know it's David and the Crew.
Gotcha.
In there. Well, Bobby, thank
Yeah.
you so much for this phenomenal interview. I mean, like I said, been a fan for a while. And, I mean, you a real cool dude. I mean, I was watching other interviews to see what kind of reaction